Right then guys, let's get out of here. So I'm gonna go into my GFs, I'm gonna look at Ifrit. Here's Ifrit, he's a bad boy. He's compatible with me, but I'm not gonna be doing too much, and immediately, like, this is the learning section where we can pick him to learn these grayed out things, and each of them has a number of how much AP it takes. So that takes 30 AP, that takes 10, and you can choose what you want him to learn. So refine abilities are really important, and we're going to be using those quite a lot. Abilities like this, which boost your stats, are important. The stuff I'm not going to be looking for is stuff like this, because I'm never going to use the GFs, and I'll apologise in advance because the GFs look really good. In fact, they've aged so good, I was surprised, but then again, Final Fantasy games are always top tier visually, they're always ahead of the times, and this is a beautiful game. This is a beautiful game that is just as good as the day it came out, and I'm hoping that I can give it some justice in this playthrough. Even though I am doing something quite eclectic, and it is going to definitely give it a different taste to your average Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. We're going to be playing more cards than we're going to be fighting. You know, we're not going to be using GFs. We're going to be juggling mandatory experience fights so that we don't level up. It's going to be interesting, but hopefully people will enjoy. And it is a fun story. I will not be getting the Lionheart, which is another really cool thing that's sad that I can't show it, which is the best sword on the game. It unlocks the best limit break on the game. And people might be saying, why aren't you going to get it? It's easy to get. Well, you have to level up your characters to level up your GFs, because your GFs level up with experience. And we're not going to be getting experience, so we will never get the GFs high enough to refine ammunition, which is how you get the pulse ammo needed to build that weapon. So we'll not have access to it, unfortunately. We will not be getting Odin, for obvious reasons, because he kills everything when he turns up, and I can't control him. And if we don't get Odin, we can't get King Tomberry, which is another shame, because he's got some fantastic abilities. But we will be doing Bahamut. I'll probably kill Ultima. I might even kill Omega, depending on if I want to refine some cards. Oh, the music of these games. It's so strange as well, because Nobuo Uematsu went to Mistwalker with Hironobu Sakaguchi, and the music he made for Blue Dragon and for Lost Odyssey, I really didn't like. Oh, that's a horse outside, if you're wondering. My window is open because we are still quite warm in my part of the world, so I apologise in advance for any sound pollution that you're getting on the video. It's just the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. But, time to get back to the garden. Hopefully avoid some random battles. The places that we'll be farming experience, I'm going to save before I go in here. I save a lot, folks. Final Fantasies have learnt me to save a lot because, you know, you can get screwed in so many ways, and it is best to leapfrog saves, although you're not going to see me do that because I play recklessly, as I've mentioned. And you might think, well, what if you level up and you can't go back? Well, you can quit and reload, which is one of the defences, but at the same time, if it's a level that is not on a character I'm going to be using, I might let it pass. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, because I'm hoping I'm going to manage it well. But we'll see. You know, this playthrough's about fun. And this is a GF tutorial. So she's telling you that GFs level up from experience, and they learn skills from AP. AP and experience are both very different. GFs only learn these abilities if they're junction to people. So for instance, if you have one and you don't have it on a character, he's not going to learn anything, and thus he's wasted. She's also going to tell you that GFs they have a sync rate with characters, which means their compatibility rate will scale depending on if they like the character or if they don't like the character, and they can actually get upset with you. You know, you can kind of fall out with your GFs. I've never really had it affect me. but their happiness rate, I think it affects the speed that they summon in. I think that's how it works. So if you have a very good compatibility rate with a summon, you will summon it faster than one that doesn't like you. So it's this whole meta side. It's a lot of systems on display here, and very intimidating at first. Like, my friend Aiden, who got me into this game, still doesn't understand junctioning. And in his defense, he hasn't played this game since, like, 2000. But at the time, he had 180 hours on his game, and he still didn't understand the junctioning. A lot of that was spent leveling up, though, so I can't, you know, take the piss out of him too much, because, you know, back in those days, folks, there were no boards, there were no forums, and, well, there were, don't get me wrong, but nobody went on them. Like, it was the elite that had the internet, or knew of the internet, or knew how to use the internet. Like, we were still buying magazines and praying that they had a cheat section in them telling you how to do stuff. Like, if you got stuck on games and none of your friends had that game, you were stuck on that game forever. Like, it was a completely different gaming world, and a lot of people ask, why are you so good at games? Why are you good at this? Why are you good at that? And it all stems from the fact that I grew up on games that didn't hold your hand, games that were mercilessly difficult. And I never beat any of them. I never beat levels on any of them. I got just punished. And as I've grown older, I've got better, and games have got easier. So it's this amalgamation of two things, two conflicting things, that when you put them together, they mean that games just aren't as tough as they used to be. Can we challenge you? I'm not going to play cards with him, actually. Because I don't know what cards he's got, and I don't want to lose Ifrit. I'm going to stick safe with the cards. I'm going to play the ones I know I can win. I'll play the guys who I can work my way. Because when you begin, your base cards are not powerful at all. I could go and farm some AP on the beach and card the fish, which will get me some 7s. My Minimog just ran past as well. Little bastard. But instead, I'm going to try and just build my deck as best I can. Because we're going to be playing some cards now, folks. We can't play these, I don't think. No, we can't. Because they're going to become CC members later on, which is a card quest that's going to happen. And I've just reset the screen there, hoping to try and get that little kid running across again, because his deck is generally weak, but he does have a character. There he is. And we're hoping he comes in with a weak deck and his character. If he does that, we should be okay. Actually, I should really check those cards. Oh, he did. He did. He's coming with a weak deck and Minimog, and that's exactly what we wanted him to do. But as weak as his deck is, it's still got 5s, which is stronger than ours. So I'm going to lay a couple of shit cards that I can flip myself to keep myself in it. And when it gets to the last ones, I'm going to drop Ifrit. So we've got like nothing there. Oh, and there we go. Played it right into our favour. And we can get Minimog, which is a second good card, which means we now have 2 good cards. And we can proceed forward with our 2 good cards to get out of the chaff and get some better ones. Will you talk to me yet? Yes, yes, you're the first member. But you'll only challenge me when I've beat a bunch of people, so we can either go to the cafeteria or the library. Oh, hang on. I'm going to save. I'm going to trim these saves out as well, guys. So don't worry. You're not going to see this shit. And trust me, when you're playing cards and you're early on and you've got a pretty weak deck, you want to save as much as possible because it can take hours winning cards back. It's easier sometimes to just reset. Like, if you've ever been to Space and played, you'll know exactly what I mean. Space is a nightmare. It's got, like, every rule you don't want. God, it's bullshit. And then sometimes you'll just get gifted. Like, I did it earlier today. I got both Laguna and I got Alexander, which are the 2 cards you want. Yes, I do. So 2 cards. We need a couple of 5s. And we can work our way forward. And then once we've got some good cards, we can go to the Queen of Cards and we can manipulate her to give us the all rule so we can build our deck extremely fast. Hang on. He's got a 5 and a 3. 6 and a 2. 5 and a 4. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, this guy's got 7s. God. He just had to, didn't he? One of those Abyss Worms, Blue Dragons, and a Blitz. I didn't see it coming. So, we put the easy one out, so he flips it, and then we flip it back with a crap one. Oh, it's a waste of... Oh, it's another crap one, though, so we're stacking crap ones. And then we bring in the big guns. Oh, he's got a fucking 7. Wanker. Oh, this is so bad. I wish I'd not put that Fungar there. His cards. It's just so bad. Why is he using some good cards, motherfucker? I've got these shit ones. Use the shit ones, man. And he uses, yeah. So now we're 2 down. And he puts the other one, and we're back to a tie. That was so close. If that Minimog had a 3 on that other side, we could have pulled that back. God, that was so awful. Because it's funny, like, the feeling you get in your gut when you think you're going to lose a card. And I know I can just reset and reload, but still, I fear losing cards. And it's what makes it so much fun, because I really like the card game. Time will tell if the people watching do, because, you know, it's definitely an acquired taste. Oh, God! He's got a Snow Lion, he's got a Tombre, a T-Rex, he's got them all. Guy's a cheater. It's that Blitz with that 7. He throws my Ifrit off. Oh, he's that shitty little 3 guy, didn't he? Go on, use the Blitz, use the Blitz. Oh, even better, got rid of the stupid Sandy thing. Ooh. I can safely take that. And not take the Snow Lion so that he can't flip that back. He can go upwards though. Yeah, he's gone upwards. You see that? It's cool though, because we can get 2 and then he can get 1. So technically, we should win. Take our pick, yeah? So, I want him. And I want him for a few reasons. When we get the ability to refine our cards, which we will, because we're playing cards for fun, we're also playing cards to make our character strong. We're going to be refining those into Quakes, and Quakes will go on HP, they'll go on Strength, and they'll make you strong really early on. So here we go. Now I've got a T-Rex card, we've got 3 good cards. Oh, we can get another one. That's if we win. Because being arrogant can, you know, can make you lose quite a lot. See what he does. Oh, freebie, freebie. This one's in the bag. And luckily, because we don't have the same or the plus rule, we don't have to worry about any of the advanced card maneuvers. And we can keep on stacking our deck. And this video is probably going to all be card playing, so I'll see how that goes down. And then I'll moderate them. Depending. Because I don't know, do people hate the cards? Do people like the cards? And there is a program where you can play this card game online against other humans. which is probably quite fun. Ooh, Ruby Dragon, Elastoid, Iron Giant. One of those shit things. But once again, he's got a lot backing on that right side. So, we're going to do the atrocious route. We'll do a power card in the bottom that can't be flipped to see what he does. He has just cut off his own card, which means if we flip it, he can't flip it back. The only problem is, the only thing we can flip it with is that, and he'll immediately take it, and then we can't flip it back. So I respond with keeping the dragon instead. Keeping the dragon, opening myself up. I don't mind that. T-Rex it to take him. He'll take me on the bottom. And I can take the Tomberry with the Minimog, and we've won. Nice. We're going to go straight for a Ruby. If you want the Lionheart, which is the best sword on the game... Or actually, I don't know if it's Steel Pipes that helps. I think he's to get Doom Train, because he gives you Steel Pipes. So you want him. But we want this guy. Because 10 of these will refine into Fire Aga. And if you can get Fire Aga early on, it's a very powerful spell. And it's a powerful card, which helps. But what happens on this game too is there are different trade rules, meaning you can have different rules for how many cards you take off your opponent when you win. There are also different play rules. The game is really detailed considering it's a mini game. And then when you look at mini games on games nowadays, they suck dick. This is a fully fleshed card game that's actually really fun. And you can play it with many NPCs that have no function whatsoever in the game. Only problem now when you have power cards is you don't have as many cards to throw away. So you have to do things like that. Interesting. I'm going to lure him here. I'm going to lure him into trapping himself. If I can. That's exactly what we needed. He trapped the forbidden card, we flipped it, put one over there, we flipped that too. Because we're powerful on the top and bottom, because we've got 2 9s and 2 7s. Forbidden's good because he gets you death, so you can junction death. But I'm going for the Elastoid because it's a good card. And then we could stop wagering the cards that we actually need to refine. So we'll play this guy a couple more times. Please feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments if you want me to not show all the card games or only show so many, or if it's been enjoyed. There we go. Ooh, Wedge and Biggs and a Gyla. The lightning emblem that you can see next to the kind of weird fishtail thing, that is a really good thing to junction, because when you refine him, he turns into meltdowns, and meltdowns are one of the best things you can put on vitality, which is your defense to physical attack. I do apologize, folks, if this is a lot to take in, but the experienced people among you will know what I'm saying, and the new people will see later on what this is all going to equate into. Because what you've got to look at this as is putting money in a bank as an inheritance, and later on we're going to cash it out and inherit it, and it's going to be worthwhile. So it's a good card, but it don't refine to anything good. But I'm taking it because we need a deck. We need a good deck first. One more time with this guy, and then we'll go for Quistis. Get herself a nice Quistis card. And all of these games we're playing now, folks, are adding up to the games needed to play to trigger the CC side quest, sorry. And that's going to get us a lot of cards. So, Iron Giant, we want him. We want that one. He refines into windmills, and windmills refine into tornadoes, which are not the best ability in the world, but the useful early game. And because I want him to trap his card, I'm going to play passive. He trapped his card, I'm now going to play aggressive. And this can only be flipped from one side, but it's okay because we can flip it from any side. because we have more powerful cards. And then, yeah. So we'll take the Abyss Worm. Thank you very much. And it's a new card, so we can get nice and excited. And now we can move out from the library. There we go. But Final Fantasy is a series that I have so much fondness for that it made me sad to play the ones that have been represented on the Xbox and on the next generation consoles. Or this generation, I should say, sorry. Just because I just don't think they were as good. I don't think they were as